This episode of Film Riot is brought to you by Domain.com.
Today on Film Riot, we teleport through things.
Alright, I'm rolling, go.
What?
I told you in your face, you didn't believe me. Right to there.
Oh, move the light first then.
Ready?
Yeah.
You rolling?
Yeah.
Look, I can go through the window. Test number 3. We know. You want to Let's do more.
Test 4.
Test 4, baby.
You're sure about this?
I'm positive. I'm going to teleport through the bullet.
You're positive.
I'm positive. All right, make sure that things are rolling so don't...
Oh my god! Oh my god! Josh!
He didn't dodge it.
I'm gonna call an ambulance! Emily, you stay with him! I'm calling an ambulance! I'm calling the ambulance! Where's my phone? Where's my phone?
He teleported.
Welcome to Film Riot, the show that takes mystery out of the effects and techniques to go to some of your favorite Hollywood films. I'm your host, Ryan Conley, and today we're having some teleporting fun, as you saw, because we're answering this question. Hey Rye, first thanks for the show. I watch religiously. We can do that.
Well, hey, Ryan, first thank you for the show. I've been watching religiously. Watching the show. And second, I have an idea. Need to do teleporting effect on. I saw something online that blew my mind. Wow, that rhymed anyway. He teleported into a car. If you could check it out, let me know. I'd love you forever. Bless God forevermore. Hashtag blessed. Turn around and hug the neck of your neighbor.
Having church up in here. Now I know we did a teleporting effect in the earlier episodes, but that was 5 years ago. It was much more complicated than it needed to be. I don't really like it anymore, so I wanted to revise it, make something that was convincing but extremely simplistic, and I did end up finding that Vine video that Jake was talking about. It's from Zach King on Vine, which was also the inspiration for our car shot, amongst the others. It's pretty similar, but there's a little bit more to his. However, like I said, I wanted to make something that looked good, but was just crazy simple. So let's take a look at this shot here. And to get started on how we did this, first let's take a look at the original shot.
Yeah.
It's kind of hilariously stupid without work done to it. So two things are happening here. First, I make sure not to move my camera once the effects section starts. And second, as soon as Josh jumps, Emily freezes until he jumps again outside. That way, I can take my shot into Premiere, cut right as Josh is in the air inside, then delete the section here so that we cut right to him mid-air outside. But I don't like that it cuts from one frame to the next of him in and outside. I want the idea that he's teleporting, moving through that space. So I'll grab 2 frames of him not in the shot at all, put it in between the in and outside shots. That way I have a split second where he's just vanished altogether. And now we send this to After Effects. Inside here, we're gonna add some goodies, but again, keeping it simple, so I'm gonna add some pre-made assets instead of making particles from scratch. The assets I used were ones from Video Copilot's new product called Shockwave. Similar to Action Essentials, it is a single asset that I can drag and drop into my timeline. This one is a collection of 50 different Shockwave elements, which I thought would be perfect for this since I have been wanting to try it out anyway. Of course, you don't need to use this specific asset pack for this. You could use anything that has a puff of smoke or particle, or even make it yourself if you'd like. So I pick the asset I want, place it to begin just a frame or so before he vanishes, stretch it a bit to fit the way I want a little more. Then I will add time remapping so that the shockwave is fully bloomed out much sooner, giving it more of an impact feel to fit the shot more. So I'll set a keyframe at the start and then one where it's fully open, then drag back to where I want it to be. And now we have a much quicker explosion of smoke. And that will do it for the inside. Next, I pick another shockwave asset for the outside, then place and time it like I did with the first. Then duplicate my footage and place it above everything. Now I'm gonna grab the masking tool and mask out the wall and framing of the window till we have this. I'm doing it this way so that we can still edit and move around, change our smoke layer however we want without affecting that mask. But now we have this, which is looking pretty good, but not fully there. It's still a touch obvious that this has a cut in it and it's just a static shot, so it's not that interesting. So now we're gonna have a quick break. Then I'm gonna give you my secret sauce for a realistic digital handheld look.
He's back!
Domain.com is the place to go if you're trying to get yourself seen on the interwebs, whether you have some evil genius idea or some heroically genius idea. Either one will be just fine.
Kind of like the video game Fable. Who will you be? You decide!
They have the hosting plan that's reliable and affordable. They got the domain discovery service to help you pick the right domain for you. And if you use the coupon code FilmRiot at checkout, you get 15% off your domain name and web hosting because everybody needs themselves a website. It's like a digital business card for you. Or just if you have products, you can sell them on your website too. So when you think domain names, think domain.com. Why are you booing me?
Boo!
You're the worst.
You suck!
Shut up.
Logo.
Hey, Sugar Booger.
Hi!
Again, we have this right now, but we want to add some movement to hide the cut and get rid of that obvious VFX shot look. But often, digital handheld looks can be very digital and unconvincing, but I do have a combination that I love. First thing is we pre-comp everything, then we hit A to bring out the anchor point, alt-click the stopwatch, and type in this expression. Wiggle, open bracket, 1, 12, close bracket. Now we will click our layer again, hit R to bring up rotation, alt-click the stopwatch again, and now we're gonna type another wiggle expression. This time it's gonna be wiggle, open bracket, 1, 0.5, close bracket. And now we're gonna have this right here, a very realistic looking handheld look, in my opinion. Of course, it's a minimal look. You can add more or less to really bring out the intensity of it, but I found that this one is very organic looking. Now, if you want to take it further, go into position and scale and do even more keyframing to add some extra movement to the shot, having the camera react as you would if you were actually holding it. Like here, we pan to the position slightly when Josh runs over to the window and make sure to use easing so that it doesn't end up looking all robotic. Of course, our final shot also has sound effects on it, and you definitely want to do that. Without it, it's going to feel empty. For these sound effects, I was again testing some new Video Copilot goodness. And yes, I love Video Copilot stuff. What of it? You need to chill yourself. I actually got the Shockwave pack in a bundle while getting this one, which is their Motion Plus sound design pack. And I have to say, it's pretty epic. It comes with just a ridiculous amount of sounds, great trailer sounds, and all sorts of other ones that are just goodnesses. And they have a ton of sounds that actually seem like it's directly out of Transformers, just epic stuff, which I have totally been misusing.
Can you pass the salt? I need ketchup.
I'll get it.
It was easy enough to grab some motion feeling sounds from here, change their pitch and speed to match what I wanted, and bam. I layered about 7 sounds to get those, which I always layer my sounds. That way you're creating something unique and fool with your sound. But then we have the other shots. Each done with the same idea. In fact, in post, they're pretty much all the exact same. The only difference was how we shot them. With this first one, Josh jumps, then moves out of frame. I pan down, lock the shot again. He comes into frame, jumps again. Then I cut from the shot of him in the air right to the pan down, and then him already in the air on his way back to the ground on the first floor of the house. Then all the goodies in post, and
What?
then we have my second favorite shot, the van shot, which looks like this originally. Again, the exact same idea as the window shot, but what sells this shot so much is Josh's movement in and the movement of the van. I made sure to have Josh rock the van a bit when he landed inside. That way, the mixing of the VFX and the actual world really ties everything together and makes it a lot more convincing, and that is by far one of the best and easiest ways to create a convincing VFX. Having something in the real world interacting with your VFX, like the van moving, for instance. In other shots, I used Emily as the interaction, which worked well, I think, but I'll get more into that sort of thing in some coming episodes. But now with all that, we have some very simple and effective teleporting effects. Now these aren't super flashy, of course, more minimalistic, but I kind of dig that about it. It's almost more believable that way.
Everywhere!
And that's it for today. Hopefully you guys got some ideas from that. As I often say, you shouldn't take how anyone does something exactly. Get inspired by their ideas and use that to create your own thing. Do something bigger and better. And as always, if you have a question or just want to stay connected, you can follow me on Twitter right here, or my Instagram right here. I'm usually posting what we're working on there. I just posted an image of a sketch that we're working on for next week, which may or may not include a homemade bomb, but I will see you next week when I accidentally kill the invisible swordsman near the singing bush.
I know that one. What are you doing?
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
Sound like something was in the attic. I guess not.
Well, hey, Riot, first thank you for the show. I've been watching religiously. Watching the show. And second, I have an idea. Need to do teleporting effect on. I saw something on mine that blew my mind. Whoa, that rhymed anyway. He teleported into a car. If you could check it